This is probably my all-time favorite project. I loved this Packard from the moment I saw it. I chopped it, sectioned it, got the proportions exactly the way I wanted to see them. And you know, life happens, right? I don't want to say that I'm disinterested, but I just had other priorities. So here it sat. There was still a lot more I wanted to see done with this. You know, I wanted it full custom, and there was still a few more things on the wish list. Put it up for sale, like, you know, who knows what could happen to it, and a good friend just made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Here we go again.
Ian, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. You got a little junk in your trunk. What is this about?
I figure I know you already have your vision,
Right.
but hey, maybe I'd give you some more tools to help you enhance your vision.
Oh, those are tools, I see.
This thing's incredible. When I heard it was up for sale, I said, there's no way I'm gonna let this thing leave our family. Number one, I want you to finish it so you can get your vision and your car completed. I want people to say, this is the car Ian built, the ultimate Merc eater.
You got a track record, man. I don't know how many cars we built. Let's do it again. With all these parts, like a whole new world of opportunities just opened up for this car.
That's a 1954 Chevy
grill. 54
grill.
Chevy, right. That's cool. Oh, wow. That's a big freaking bumper, man.
An Oldsmobile.
I gotta say, it's pretty much a fabricator's paradise when you get to start with all the best pieces. Buick.
A Buick.
This needs no introduction.
Yeah,
This is kind of iconic.
Yeah, it's a 56.
The usual overkill of options. We got all the things. One cannot overstate the statements of Victor being a passionate man. You know, he goes out and he's like, yes, it's time to get the stuff. I got 50 acres and he's gonna use them all. Look at this. Oh man, look at this thing. But wait, it gets better. Wow,
grill.
that's DeSoto?
DeSoto grill.
This really defines how we work together, you know? I'm talking ideas and he's bringing the stuff, you know? It's just two different ways of exploring.
If this doesn't satisfy you, just say, Victor, I need more stuff, and I'll bring you more inspiration.
Yeah, I want a chrome lawn. You could see it from the space station. We got so much chrome out here. I'm really happy to be a part of this arrangement because the car was probably just gonna sit there on the side of the shop. So Victor coming up with this offer is the best case scenario. I'm already getting ideas about these Cadillac parts, man. I love those bullets. Got a lot of inspiration, a lot of parts, a lot of ideas. Now all we gotta do is put it where it all belongs. My concept from the start was always this cartoonish kind of thing. So you have a lead sled, right? It's all sleek and low, kind of gangster style, right? But then you have this ominous front grille, like when it's coming down the road. It looks kind of like a menacing cartoon. Victor and I have a long relationship. He's never once said, do what you want and I'll finish it. So I'm a little hesitant, a little taken aback, but he said, do what I want. And he's not around, so that's where I'm going. I have some ideas, but there's nothing like the initial mock-up to see where we're at. First things first is to take these Packard parts off the front. This bumper and grille are definitely not happening. Even before we did this radical body modification, the car was set up with a lot of undercarriage work. It has a complete late model front clip installed, V8 engine, and it's all set up to have airbags installed already. You know, they say it rides like it's on rail. I'm gonna take off this whole crossbar in the front. I'm just setting up a couple steel brackets that'll keep the fenders aligned. Looking better already. So you can see the difference. Cadillac has a little bit more to offer than the Packard. The thing about the Cadillac bumper is it's iconic. Everybody loves it. It's got the most unique bumper and grille, I think, from any car in the 50s. So it's a standard, it's a classic, it's an icon. Those are three things I want my car to resemble. We're gonna take all the Packard off the front of this thing. In Victor's words, Ian, this is what we call a blank slate. We're at ground zero, anything can happen now. Needs a big, gnarly face. I'd say that's a strong contender. Look how that fits up. Cadillac bumper looks good, but right now I'm seeing a few modifications right out of the gate. We're gonna go for a little of this and a little of that. I love the Cadillac Jaguars, you know, those two giant bullets. But that's factory Cadillac, right? We want something a little bit different. And I think just putting a massive front grille on it is gonna make it even weirder. Notice I didn't say better. The challenge on the front of this Packard is to just make something completely unique. You know, it's real easy to take an idea and duplicate it. I'm trying to come up with something fresh, something one-off, something that really like brings the wow factor. So if it looks like a giant weird object coming down the road, like it could have just landed in Area 51, then we're on the right path. I have a long history of cutting up Victor's prized possessions. The old rusty bolt technique, the oldest trick in the book. Aha! It was clear from the start that the headlights are gonna get moved also, so that's the thing. I'm not even worried about those old locations. This is my favorite part, cutting them up. The initial mock-up is super important, no matter how loose it appears. You know, it's giving me an idea of proportion, dimension, how things are gonna work together. So it may look super loose at the beginning, but you gotta start somewhere. Now we're talking. Well, I love the look of this. What bothers me is the giant hole in the middle of the car. I got these Buick parts. I started thinking kind of a what-if scenario. What about something like that? But then where do the headlights go? That's the other issue. And this is where we take a right turn. We could just stack a bunch of parts on the front of this car, but I want it to look purposeful, like it belongs that way. I love it. This is the tail, the exact tail of the good old-fashioned mock-up. Packard was just such a nose-in kind of arrangement. I feel like this big, giant grill will really help it out. And you know, like a bunch of these Buick teeth. Like a whole row of them. Merc Eatering grill. It's gotta have massive teeth. Right now, I'm just looking at the grille and bumper, how that chrome parts fit together. You know, later on down the road, all the sheet metal on the fenders is gonna have to be modified. This would seem like a lot of work to the average individual, but for Victor, it's probably a walk in the park as long as I'm accomplishing it. So that's where we're going with this. Now I'm working on this front bumper arrangement, and I need to make some really three-dimensional sheet metal panels. And I got a hold of this English wheel because I want to take it to the next level.
Well, we can do that.
I first heard about Bill and his book because he's a fan of the show. So he writes me a message, dude, I love your show. I love what you're doing. I have the information you need to take your career to the next level.
People have this mistaken impression that it takes 40 years and you had to have been born in London. You can learn English wheeling in 40 hours if you apply yourself.
You know, that's what my high school teacher said. You could really be something if you'd only apply yourself. My end game here is to build cool stuff. Just to learn something for the sake of it, not so interested. But knowing the end results that are offered, count me in.
We can get you up to speed today, and adding some coach building tips and tricks to your toolbox so that by tomorrow you'll feel comfortable making full-size panels.
Heck yeah.
It does not take 40 years to learn this.
Thank goodness, because I'm almost out of time.
A motorcycle fender can have all the shapes of any car.
Because the challenge is making these dome and dish shapes.
That's
right?
exactly right. And there are only 4 things you can do with any piece of sheet metal.
Like Bill said, there's only a few shapes you can make from sheet metal. The technique is how you get there. You know, this crown and reverse are the 2 things you're working with.
A crown is pretty easy to understand. It's basically, if you hold it right, it will hold water. But the other shape that you have to make, especially if you're doing these 1940s kind of cars, you have to make a reverse. See that?
Science.
So, science. You've got a curve going that way, but you also have a curve going that way. And no matter how you hold this, it will not hold water. That is a reverse.
That's cool. Nice. Phil's explanation was very clear, very tactile. You had a model to understand, and it tasted great.
This is called the tucking tool, and this has been around since the medieval period. This is how they made armor. This is a roofing hammer that I bought in Belgium. What you're gonna do is crush these shrinks, and you'll see that whole panel start to curve over now. What do you notice already about this panel?
I noticed you ruined a perfectly good piece of aluminum.
Oh no.
I thought you were the pro.
They call these little deformities a bag of walnuts,
You ain't
okay?
kidding.
So we're gonna make this bag of walnuts even bigger. Let's get rid of the walnuts in the English wheel.
I don't do well in groups, I don't do well in class, so this one-on-one lesson is ideal.
Look how far we've brought this already in just a few minutes. An English wheel is a rotary hammer. Think of having, an infinite number of hammerheads.
Right.
Pop, 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 pop. That's just so much faster than the handwork that we were doing originally.
For sure.
Perfect. Ian, you got a feel for this. I want you to make this panel perfectly flat again. No cheating. It's nothing but a rotary hammer.
Right.
Pow, 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 pow. I think that's really pretty darn good. Young man, you are no longer an apprentice. You have graduated into the shop.
I gotta say, this is one of the proudest days of my life, to graduate from Apprentice English Wheeling 101. That English wheel lesson got my brain spinning. This concept of coach building, it's something I've always known about but never really experienced. Now knowing how I can just form the sheet metal to whatever I want it to look like without relying on an existing car part, that's a new challenge. First thing first is these Buick teeth. This will be the center one, and I want that to just hide that. My process always starts really loose, just stacking a bunch of ideas and seeing what looks best. But now it's to the point where like fantasy meets reality. I take the old Buick bumper and segment that and just bolt these all in place. Even though this Buick bumper is in pretty rough shape, it does offer these perfectly spaced holes where the teeth bolt on. So that's a good starting point to get them at least positioned. So now it looks like a bumper again. All about the mock-up. You would think that these would be all the same, but they're all unique. There's a left and a right side of these things. What I'm trying to look for between the Cadillac and the Buick parts is like a flow. It's like I feel those teeth either have to go like up. They have to go up. I was thinking I would see this chrome, but I'm gonna delete it. The whole key for me, it's just like making music. When it sounds right, it's right. Good news is the front of the car is getting lighter and lighter with every modification. There's no instruction manual, there's no rules, just what feels right. I like that. That's a mouthful right there. The only thing I would add to that is maybe this upper grill bar somehow. The mock-up's really coming to life, but to have these parts technically fit with the car is a little bit more involved. Not 100% on this upper grill bar, but what I love about it is how it comes down, down. It's that classic waterfall effect where it's just stepping down. The upper lip, maybe, maybe not, but once I place the headlights, that'll determine. I like these, early, mid-50s Oldsmobile. These are the original Packard headlights. The whole front of this Packard is looking completely different than it was when it's stock. So there's nowhere to attach these headlights. So I'm just creating a simple crossbar to hang the bezels and figure out what looks appropriate. I'm just looking for that face, the face only a mother could love. As long as that's cool, I can build anything behind it. I want the car to be custom, right? So it's easy to just hang a picture on the wall. I don't want that. I want it to look a little more aggressive, a little Frankenstein-y, a little bit overbearing. It looks a little like Victor to me. It's got the mustache. It's got the cool vibes. It's not his car quite yet. I'm not concerned in the least about anything. So this hood, it's a no-brainer. Cut it right through. This should illustrate it quite clearly. There's your problem right there. It just doesn't line up. It's a complete mismatch. The Packard grille design and the Buick grille design are totally different shapes, so the front of the hood's definitely gonna be modified. All I know is the headlight goes here and it's got to taper into that fender however I feel it's right. This is a brand new adventure. You know, this sample that Bill and I worked on really illustrates it perfectly. So on all the other projects, I've just been taking a flat sheet of steel and bending it in one direction. What I'm trying for is somewhere between this and this. I like confronting challenges head on, no wishy-washy about it. It's yes or no, and when it's yes, it's at all costs. Because I'm not needing that big a crown on this, I think I'm just gonna run it through that hand shrinker. First thing is to start whacking. Let's try out the old slugger. Bill's delivery came right on time. I pulled those tools out of the box and got right to work. You'll see already, creating that fender arch shape. Now it's curving this way and that way. It's essential in any development is to acquire new skills. It was like when you learn to tie your shoes, right? Instead of just wearing slip-ons like I do. In trying to step up the game, I got this new skill and I'm gonna work on it. You know, just thinking about curvature, right? It's like, where do you start? I don't know, start from another piece of the car. So just as a preliminary thing, I put the contour gauge on the center of the roof and transfer that to the fender. Contour gauge is a great starting point because you have a definite, and when you need to make multiple parts, you put your gauge on and it tells you where you need improvement. I'm not saying this is easy, and I'm not saying that I'm good at it, but look at the difference. Seriously, I'm about 2 hours into this. This is really exciting to see this shape develop. Lumping this piece of metal with a modified baseball bat and turning it into a fender, that's pretty groovy. So let's see what it looks like on the car. This is a good starting point. This is gonna be the trickiest part, the reverse, because this is just a bowl shape. It's gonna come down and then spill out. That's what he said, it'll never be a bowl. It's always gonna shed water. I'm just gonna tack this in place. If I have to change something, I'll cut and section as needed. It can be enhanced, it can be brought up, but that next part where the headlight comes down into the hood is the real challenge. Creating the fender in this manner of multiple pieces really helps me out because it's the same type of steps I take like when I was designing the front grille. Focus on one small part and build off of that. What I'm trying to decide is, do I want the fender to just be like up to the headlight or do I want it to be more like a shelf across? I'm feeling like more like a shelf across. Even though I graduated from Bill's apprentice panel workshop, I possess a master's degree in winging it. Bill says most people would create a buck and build to that, so you know your forms and where you're going with the shaping. I'm not affording myself that because I'm really not sure what I'm building, so that's a good recipe for a disaster scenario, and in my opinion, that ups the challenge. This is gonna be the crown, and that's gonna be the reverse. Let's see what we can do. At a point in everything, you just gotta be you, right? You gotta do your own thing, and you have to apply all the knowledge you've been given. That's what makes each person's results unique. I got exactly what I wanted. Look at this shape, you know, this really swooping down from the headlight. You know, it looks like the headlight belongs. Look at that side, it's just stuck on. Now the fender goes right to it. Knowing Victor, it may have a minor enhancement, but I'm gonna finish up that other fender and see what's gonna happen with that big bulbous nose.
It still looks bulbous up front, but at the same time, it stops in a squared off way right above the mustache.
It's just not gonna weld in. You can see all the gaps and the mismatch in the corners, but instead of wheeling out a new dome on the English wheel, maybe just use that piece and adapt to it. I've been really focusing on honing my English wheel skills, and I'm not afraid to dip into my bag of tricks. It's all about the end result. So why don't you work on taking the paint off of this, and I'll work on taking the paint off of that. Every one of these old cars, look at that. Hiding secrets. Nothing shocking when you're dealing with old cars, and frankly, surprises aren't surprising. You know what? You're gonna get your first English wheel lesson.
All right.
See that thing there?
Yeah,
Put it in that thing over here.
that thing over here.
And just like that, the student becomes the teacher. You know what your second lesson is?
What's that?
Don't put your fingers in that machine under any circumstances. Now The last time you're in the shop, you hurt your finger. We don't need a repeat of that. Ow! Voila. With this approach, you gotta be flexible. The key thing is just to make sure everything's symmetrical in the end. Yeah, I'd rather not cut it in half though. It's all about positioning with this nose. You know, I don't want it too pronounced and I don't want it to look like it's disappearing. Flip it back over. With your idea, show me it upside down now. What if you just stick that on top and we splice it back even more? Oh, I like that. Look at that. You know, it's gotta have the character you're looking for. If it doesn't have the character, it's not the car. Once you see it, you know it, and quickly move on. Take action and get what you're looking for. Oh, now you're getting somewhere. Now with this machine, I can actually fuse steel together. You're gonna trip out. Last part of this equation is to see how the hood merges into the fenders.
So you're talking the fenders coming in here like this.
That way the hood's just a little cap on top. Cut me 2 of those, and I'll work on this stuff. While my trusty assistant cuts out the sheet metal for the hood, I'll splice in the fenders, and we're on our way. Like they say, old habits die hard, you know? We just took that piece of sheet metal that exists, flip it, slap it, put it in.
So just like a pancake, it got flipped.
Yes, exactly. I like that analogy. Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Victor coming through the door every time, it just feels like there's a drum roll. It's like, going all right.
Looks the same to me. What have you been doing?
When the cymbal crashes, you don't know what the response is gonna be.
What, are you still on your honeymoon or something? What have you done?
On this end of the car.
Oh, sorry.
I left that one alone. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Hopefully, I've lived up to my potential and Victor's great expectations on this project.
Holy what the hell happened to the front end of that thing? Shoot, I could get a job working for the railroad tracks, clearing off rocks and debris with this thing. Man, you came in, cut up that caddy bumper, put the Buick bumper on that thing. It's almost like some crazy designer back in the 50s got pissed off at somebody and said, I'm gonna design a car. And that's your dream right there then, huh?
That's one of them. It was more like a nightmare, but that's what I wanted to see.
I was thinking maybe you were an angry child or something.
I mean, I did everything that I would have done had it been, you know, just up to me. If it was your dream car, you know, what would you want to see done different?
Well, now that you ask.
I gotta say, I asked for it, and here we go.
All we have to do is tie the front to the side to the back, and we're done. So they're just like, and it goes by, and like, wow, what did Ian do now? As I'm looking at the side, them B-pillars gotta go. I just see one massive windshield. And then of course the skirts, these skirts gotta come up to here. I gotta mimic the 2 front Dagmars in the back. Wow, the car goes by and they're like looking all the way through it, like what the heck happened?
Well, I don't know what the heck just happened. Maybe I shouldn't ask your opinion. Now we're building a whole new thing.
It's a slide enhancement. I don't change anything.
If I'm understanding correctly, you know, the major change is that as the car goes by and people are going, wow, the biggest change is going to be the removal of these B-pillars. My concept with including these B-pillars and radically redesigning the rear quarter windows was specifically for this old school look. The easiest thing to do would have been when we chopped it to just leave it open. It may not look like it, but this window is totally stretched. You know, like I say, like a 36 Ford, where when they chop them too much and this becomes miniature?
Yeah.
That's what was about to happen here. And instead, I did all this work to make this window really big. The more we talk about the custom look of the B-pillar, I think Victor might be coming around. Got kind of a change of plans, you know. This car, as Victor says, is telling us what it wants. What it wanted was this Buick bumper that I cut apart, the leftover pieces from the front. You know, I need this part of the bumper in the back, so I thought, why not just use the Buick? Like I say, you gotta be open to everything, right? I have no hard and fast design or theory, so sometimes the answer's sitting right in front of you. So to me, it only made sense to section it, clip it, cut it, reassemble it, flip it upside down, and put it on the back of the car. Like that. I feel like it really affords this kind of split bumper design. It shows the roll pan, and it's still one piece. So on my third trip to Victor's, I just brought everything. I took everything off the wall. These are like DeSoto parts, there's some Kaiser parts, we got all these different little chromies. I left no part untouched in my quest for the right fit on this rear bumper. As I'm going through his place, I see this other grill bar. Well, the concept with this guy was to fuse these little bullets into it, and then I got to thinking, what if he just used the whole thing? It's like it fits. You got your bullet. There's a nice upper bar. Sometimes it's just as easy as that. It's like choosing the right part. I really feel like this is gonna seal the deal. Let me grind these welds a little bit, tack it on, and take a look. This car is evolving. It is a collaboration. I'm just trying to get a few points settled, get it to Victor's, and let the quest continue. Mission gets twisted as usual, but I'm feeling it. Fits the contour of that body. It's got the bullets. It makes the car feel lower to the ground. I love how the edge of the bumper will turn down where it meets the skirt. I think there could possibly be room for development, but right now this bumper fits the bill. I got the metalwork on the Packard all wrapped up. I brought it down to Victor's, and now it's time for the handoff.
She's home, Ian, she's home.
Ball's back in your court, sir. I got all the heavy fabrication done.
I mean, she looks better in my garage than your garage. Look at that thing, it's even glowing.
We've gotten into trouble before on other projects with Victor's midnight envisioning process. I just want the project to go all the way, you know, all the way where, I don't know, but that's where we're headed. Life moves fast. Sometimes you gotta strike when the iron's hot. I've been working nonstop on this Packard project, and seeing it come together has got me super motivated. Victor's doing his thing as we speak. He likes the car, he likes what I've done, so we're already on a good track. The only thing I'm cautious about is collaborating with Victor, aside from being very excited about it, because I never know what he's gonna come up with.
Ian, what do you think? Do you recognize it?
Well, I didn't know what to expect. I was thinking maybe you would turn this one into a four-door and cut the roof off or something, but seeing it all ground down is nice. Victor's had the car for about 2 weeks, and that's a couple months in regular person time, so I'm excited to see what Victor's got going on.
I've been working on the body work, even on interior. My grandson was out there, he kind of watches me do what I do. So Angela, what do you think of my car? Look at me and Ian made, what do you think?
Finally, I'm not alone. It looks like Victor's got a shop inspector of his own.
If you took this to school, I think the girls would go, man, look at Angelo, he looks cool.
For now, it's a
Don't tell Ian, he'll be pissed off. He'll put you out in the desert and let the scarecrows get you.
I'm sure his grandson is just trying to say, Victor, I love your ideas. Just take it to the next level. It's kind of like what Victor does with me.
Since the car's been here, I come out at night and I just like focus on it, really just taking the car in, absorbing it. What else could I do to enhance it? Since the front end of it is so powerful, I want to keep that theme throughout the whole car. The front end is crazy. In the back, looks good, but I need something that when you see it, like, here I am, I'm backing up, get out of my way.
Okay. This is basically the same rabbit hole that I went down. We both love the idea, the way the original Packard wrapped around the sides. What's gonna look best on the back of the car? See what happens. That's how I work, just being open to the collaboration, you know, the value of what the car tells you it should have. I mean, I don't think you can stress that enough. That is Cal Worthington approved.
Stays with your same concept. We changed nothing, but enhanced it, right?
I think it's a solid concept, man. See, because you got this huge flat surface, and that's exactly what the Cadillac has, this massive shelf. Of course, you know, you modify one thing, it seems most times you gotta modify everything else, the full custom domino effect. The one thing I notice most in this rear bumper is the overall width. I think it's sticking out from the fenders a bit much, but Victor has another idea.
What if I started 1 inch back from here and then come out to 3 inches with this skirt. What do you think of that?
That really puts some hips on that car too, huh? With the great enhancer, who knows what will stick. For now, I think this is a solid mock-up. It's all a mystery until next time Victor wants to change what we've changed again. Wow. You're usually the one saying wow. What happened?
What do you think?
I didn't realize you were already going into paint.
I got schedules.
Man, it looks freaking great. I had no idea. You know, Victor is a passionate man, and this car is way further along than I expected. He's got this monster green candy and all scuffed for a clear coat.
You caught me in the middle of it. I mean, I just painted it. We color sanded it. We're ready to play around with the car, and then you called me.
I know exactly what happened. You had one day off, so you went and painted the whole thing. I love it because we were always talking about like a monster or whatever, right? And what monster isn't green?
Yeah, it's a dark emerald green. At night, it's black.
Nice.
This is what it was.
It looks great, man. I had no idea green was going to be the color, but it's perfect.
I'm happy with the base coat, but it needs something now to change up the lines a little or to give it, I don't know what I need to do. That's why when you called and said, bring it to Gene, hey, if I could get input.
I got a surprise for you, man. I'm glad you were able to just throw it on the trailer in the middle of your operation. Finally, I'm going to do something for you that you weren't expecting. Gonna throw a real curveball at it. Let me introduce you to my friend. He paints cars.
Ian,
Good to see you.
how are you?
Gene's not just a friend, you know, he's always been more of a mentor, you know, someone who leads me into things that I wouldn't have done otherwise. This car's a really good example of that.
Now you molded in the trunk.
Uh-huh, yeah, we closed that off.
I love it.
Yeah, when you came out to the house, you gave me so many good ideas from the section and the chop and, you know, a couple little tricks about cutting the whole roof back. I mean, it really evolved because of your ideas.
Yeah, it looks great. The chop in the section is just good proportions. The lines are just absolutely beautiful. You did good.
Thank you, sir. You could literally say this guy has seen it all. So if he says this is a good shot, I'm like, yeah, sounds good, man, thanks.
This is your canvas, your Leonardo da Vinci. Do your thing.
Okay, well, let's get it off the trailer.
I mean, this is the like next level treatment I was hoping for this car, you know? In Victor's words, we're taking it to the limit. I think everybody's gonna be surprised and satisfied. We just don't know where it's going until Gene puts his hand to it.
Well, what I like about this car is it's just a little bit different. As soon as I saw this car, I immediately started figuring out how I would paint it. Well, I'm gonna create a Winfield fade, so I'm gonna mix up some various colors so that I can blend the whole side all the way around. Painting cars keeps me young. Well, I'm 93 years old, and I've been painting cars ever since I was 15 years old. That works out to about 78 years. My latest slogan is, I'm just getting started. Each and every car that I paint, you know, I look at it and I study it for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then I immediately know in my mind what it's going to look like. It all looks pretty good. I got a good start. I'm going to come up in through here and make this, the total blend is going to be wider than what I have going right now. And then I'll keep playing with the colors until I like them. And so that's what I'm going to do now, is just make this wider. I like Ian's work, and I talk to people about it all over the world. What he's able to do is to create something from almost nothing. I'm very happy to work with Ian on some of these projects, and I think we're going to continue to do that in the future. It's a good combination. I think it's just beautiful. Oh, I'm over halfway there, yeah, but it's just not quite good enough for me yet. Brighten it up a little, I think it'll be all right.
Ian, check it out. We got it finished up. All that hard work and effort leads to this moment.
Oh man, usually I'm the one saying that. Dropping that car off at Winfield's, you know, I said, do your thing. So as far as I know, Gene painted it, Victor got it back and handled all the final assembly. You never know what could have happened.
The reason why I covered it, I adjusted it slightly. Just, sorry, it's my MO.
I just got 3 questions. The first one is, does it have taillights?
Yes,
Number 2, do we have a fuel filler?
yes,
And is there room for a license plate?
yes.
then it's a win-win.
I'm really excited to let you see this thing. This is your dream car that you let me finish, and I did. And I hope you're happy with it.
That's quite a build-up. Shall we?
Let's do it. This is it. She might be a little
Whoa.
dirty.
Oh, man.
This is your car right here, baby.
Oh, man, pulling this cover off, I mean, it's serious. It's nasty. Look at the color on this thing.
It's a Winfield fade.
Man, this is out of control. Now look at what you've done.
Normally, Ian calls me up and I'm walking in and wow, that's cool. This time we unveil the car, he looks at it and goes, wow, that's pretty cool. He was pleasantly surprised. I'm glad to see that.
I love the rims. The freaking treatment of the painted bumpers is next level. Back bumper was a solid choice. He cut the thing apart probably 20 times till it finally fit. Not using the skirts gives it like a totally unique look too, like a road
This
machine.
don't need skirts. This is just like, get out of my way.
We ran into this taillight trouble on a few projects, but on this one, he nailed it.
There's the brake light. See, it works.
Congratulations on a job well done. Fit and finish, you know, nothing's unattended, and man, this interior falls right in with that.
I didn't try to go Gucci, but I try to just change things around.
Yeah, you finally got yourself out the hood, man. You legit.
Are you ready to take this thing and go and drive it now?
Yeah, man. It's been years in the making.
All right, Ian, let's do it here.
Oh, man. First turn of the key. Hopping in a car for the first time, this car's got some grunt. Brand new drivetrain. It felt really good. This thing sounds awesome.
Yeah, no, it fits the car. The car's a mean car. It's gotta look mean.
Winfield was always talking about this fade and, you know, how things look differently from dusk till dawn type of thing. And man, when you get this car out of the garage and into the sunlight, it really shows off. Yeah, you really feel like somebody driving this car.
It's almost like the Hulk.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean. It's like a superhero car. Well, every car's got an attitude, right? And I think this one showcases all three of our ideas. A Winfield classic paint job, Victor's traditional lowrider, old school cruiser, and I got that crazy cartoon thing going. All three come together. It's a pretty unique vehicle. Wow. I gotta say, I've never seen one like it.